What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we have a very good video. This is something that you will not want to miss. There's a lot of new information coming out, some of which is now telling us the economy is not as strong as we once thought. Also, we're going to talk about Social Security and the increase that's coming up. We have new data that's just out that's now giving us a little more insight as to how big the cost of living adjustment for 2024 is actually going to be. We're also going to discuss the increases to SNAP, which actually started on October 1st, so good news there. We're going to address the potential removal of Speaker Kevin McCarthy and what the representative who's trying to push that, what could happen to him as well. We're also going to address why a recession is still on the table and how President Biden has more problems on his hand in the near future. So we're going to address all that in today's video. If you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But let's begin. So the first thing, the 2024 cost of living adjustment. Here's the thing. Right now, the cost of living adjustment is expected to be 3.2%. However, we still have to get the data for September, which comes out in less than 2 weeks. On October 12th at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Pacific Standard Time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will get the data. We will get the new CPI report. That is going to tell us what our new inflation rate is. That inflation rate is going to dictate what the cost of living adjustment is going to be for 2024. Now, here's the expectation. It should be about 3.2%. However, what we are now hearing is that it will likely be 3.2% to 3.4%. That is the expectation, because we are also expecting inflation to go up just a little bit. Now, keep in mind that as inflation goes up temporarily, yes, the cost of living adjustment will go up as well. However, here's the thing. What we need to see is inflation come back down. I don't know when we're going to see that. It should happen most likely, very soon. But here's the other thing. If we see prices go up because demand is going up because we have holiday shopping, that could hurt us as well. So we might see inflation keep going up for the rest of 2023. So just be aware that is something that could happen. Now, the other increase that we have right now, other than Social Security, is SNAP. I want to address this really quick. And here's a little article from the Motley Fool, but it says, how much are SNAP benefits increasing? It says for the 2024 fiscal year, the maximum monthly benefit for a family of 4 will increase from $939 to $973. It's a pretty big bump. What was that, $44 in much of the country? Benefits vary depending on factors like your household size and income, but broadly speaking, you can expect an increase of 3.6% on what you currently receive. So if you get $600 a month, this would go up to around $622 from October onward. So SNAP is receiving a 3.6% increase on your benefits. That's actually big news. Okay, so just keep that in mind that yes, Social Security will go up in 2024, but SNAP benefits, if you are receiving them, they start increasing in the new fiscal year, which is October 1st. So as of yesterday, your benefits would have increased. Okay. Here's something else I want to address, and that is the possibility of a government shutdown. We already averted the first government shutdown. That had to be done by September 30th, pretty much by midnight. That happened. We saw the House pass it, the Senate pass it, and President Biden signed the bill. That's good news. But now we do have some problems, okay? So the biggest winner of all this was the American people, because we didn't see millions of people get furloughed. Okay, we didn't see people lose their jobs and just get laid off. We didn't see the government shut down, which meant these agencies stayed open. Okay, so the American people were the winners. Now, the big losers was Matt Gaetz and the hard right. Those were the ones that lost the most, because the hard right Republicans, the far right Republicans, they were asking for substantial spending cuts. They wanted stricter border policies. Okay, they wanted all these different things, and they didn't get it. The other thing that wasn't in this bill was any Ukraine funding. Now, the thing with that is, Republicans said they would come forward and they would help pass a separate bill for Ukraine. Ukraine and the people of Ukraine, they came out this morning and they were furious that why was there no additional funding for them? Well, then we see a lot of reports saying that 40% of the funding that we're sending over to Ukraine is going to businesses and farmers, right? Going to emergency personnel. It's not going to fight this war effort. It's going to fund Ukraine. And yet Democrats are telling us, well, we have to continue to send money because the money is going to help pay for weapons and ammunition and training and all this stuff, when essentially, no, that's not what the majority of it's going for. So that's a little bit of a problem. Now more reports are coming out, and that could put in question whether or not any additional funding is going to go to Ukraine. But the big thing is Matt Gaetz and the far right. Because what else is happening right now is Matt Gaetz said this week, actually said this yesterday, but he said this week he's going to put a motion on the floor for Speaker Kevin McCarthy to vacate the speakership. He wants him removed. But guess what came out this morning? Look at this. It says House GOP members seek to expel Gaetz amid renewed threat to vacate House Speaker McCarthy. Yeah. They are preparing a motion to expel Representative Matt Gaetz if he continues to pursue this motion to remove the Speaker of the House. And I talked about this yesterday. And I said, if you remove the Speaker of the House, the problem is you have to get a new Speaker. The House Representatives would have to choose and vote on a new Speaker to become the leader of the House before any bills passed. So right now, if you remove the Speaker of the House, the problem is if they can't choose a new Speaker, they can't decide on somebody to take that position. The problem is if November 17th rolls around and we do not have a Speaker of the House, we cannot pass a bill for government funding, which would mean the government on November 18th would shut down. That's a big problem. Okay? Now, if this happens, okay, if the government does shut down, what we are hearing is that there'd be immense job losses. Millions of people would lose their jobs. The economy would slow down, and it could cost the U.S. economy, even if it shut down for a week, it would cost us about $6 billion. Okay? That means our GDP would drop by 0.1%. Okay? We'd see millions of people miss their payments for their paychecks. From military personnel wouldn't get it. Air traffic controllers wouldn't get it. Other essential federal employees would not receive their money. They'd have to continue to work, but they would not receive their money. And this causes a lot of frustration. And the big one, businesses. Businesses would be hit hard. And the reason why businesses are hit hard is because, especially for new businesses, is because a lot of new businesses use the SBA, okay, the Small Business Administration. And they use that to provide funding. Well, if we don't have funding, if we don't have any money to help a business just get started and begin to grow, what are they going to do? And if they were relying on that money, the new businesses are going to pretty much hit a wall. They're not going to go anywhere. So that's a problem there. But it's because of that now there's also pretty much a renewed call saying that a recession is still likely and it's coming soon. But I want to address this for a second, because what a lot of people don't realize is that there is still a lot of economic risk here in the U.S. economy. Most people thought we were out of it. Like the risk were higher gas prices, but gas prices lately have been coming down. Guess what? They could turn around and go back up. Okay? The gas prices are probably going to go up. There's a higher chance they go up in price than come down. And it's because oil is expected to increase as well. But that's not the only risk. We also have risks of higher interest rates. The Federal Reserve has already said this. They are likely to increase rates one more time in 2023. Okay? We increase rates, that's going to hurt jobs even more. We know that. Businesses are going to struggle. People are not going to buy houses and cars and all these things on credit. No, they can't do it, can't afford it. But the big one is strikes. We've heard about strikes in Las Vegas for hospitality workers. That could potentially impact, I believe, like 60,000 people in the city of Las Vegas. That's going to hurt. There's about 75,000 workers for Kaiser Permanente, a healthcare facility, but they could potentially go on strike very soon as well. We also have the United Auto Workers. Their strike is actually increasing. Okay, there's more people going on strike, and that was just as of last week. So that's just 3 strikes. There's more on the table. Maybe not as big, maybe not as talked about in the media, but those are just 3 of the strikes. There's still more out there. And so that could potentially be a major blow to the economy as well. And the last one, which a lot of people are not really thinking about as a blow to the economy and potentially causing a recession, is student loans. Because student loans are joining this long list of these economic problems. But why? Why would we put student loans in there? Simple. Student loans, if somebody owes, let's say $400 a month for their student loan, and they decide, you know what, it's time to start paying that back after a 3-year hiatus. Well, guess what? That means that $400 that you're paying to your student loans, that money is not going to buy the new shoes down at the shoe store. It's not going to buy the new video game. It's not going to pay for your landscaper or your house cleaner, right? And so your money's not going to go as far. This is part of the problem. This is what is potentially going to cause a major recession. Now, probably not something like 2008, but it will still be a recession. Now, the one thing I can tell you is that there's a lot of stuff going on right now. The month of October is going to give us a lot of information. Also, the last 3 months of the year, October, November, December, those 3 months are going to tell us what's going to happen in 2024. And I promise I'll be here every step of the way. I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. All you got to do is 2 things. First, hit the like button. It just shows me that you appreciate me spending the time doing all the research and finding all the data for you. The second thing I want you to do is click that subscribe button so you never miss an update. But that is what we have for you guys as of this morning. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one.